So I believe that the XRP price is about to shock pretty much everyone given the recent movements, the recent news, and the recent uncertainty when it comes to the price action of XRP. So I want to discuss what I'm seeing in this market. I want to discuss what I'm thinking and where I think things might go. And I also want to discuss with you guys how I think that emotions play such a massive part in how we can be profitable here in crypto. So if you appreciate that sort of thing, please remember that nothing in my videos is ever financial advice. And if you would like to help me out, hit the subscribe button. I'd always like to show both sides of the coin here on this channel because I know a lot of people on YouTube are only bullish on XRP. Now, I'm not bullish on XRP. I am in fact bullish on XRP. It's one of the largest positions in my portfolio, but I like to be realistic here on this channel. And I know a lot of you guys actually appreciate this. And even if you don't appreciate it, I think it's quite good to hear other sides, other opinions, so you can gather that and then you can create your own thoughts and opinions and of course strategies to be profitable in this market. So right now we have an uncertain macroeconomic landscape. We got Trump and the Chinese president expected to hold a phone conference call this week to discuss trade. We have the markets going up and down like absolute crazy. This is the NASDAQ, right? One of the biggest ETFs on the planet. Look at this V-shaped recovery. This was because of uncertainty in the macroeconomic landscape, and this is because of people thinking or being a little bit more certain about the macroeconomic landscape, putting us basically exactly where we were about 6 months ago. And all of this time, in my opinion, is an opportunity. Now, why am I bringing up the NASDAQ when this video is meant to be about XRP? Well, if we look at the XRP price, we can see that right now we are in a pullback. From the local high to where we are right now, it's down 20%. From the high of this bull market to where we are right now, it is down, 37%. If you are a long-term believer in XRP and you think it's going to go significantly higher, just like here in the NASDAQ, what I was doing was buying heavily in this region. Why would you be panicking right now instead of actually being excited that you have more time to deploy capital? Now, one of the biggest comments that I get here on this channel is, I don't have any more money to buy the dip. Well, what's important to understand is, guys, I'm an investor, right? So I'm a long-term investor in things like Bitcoin, in things like XRP, in things like the S&P 500, in things like Solana, in things like property, in things like watches and other things, right? We're a long-term investor. We're not worried, or I'm not worried about what the price says today, tomorrow, or the next day. I'm concerned about what the price of XRP is in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now. What's the price of Bitcoin in 10 years from now? I'm very sure in my own thesis that Bitcoin is going to go significantly higher. And because of that, it's going to carry most of the altcoin market with it. And when I say most of, I definitely don't mean the small caps. The majority of small cap cryptos are going to fall away. People are going to realize there's no need for any of them, right? For most of them. And there is a need for some utility based coins. And also I actually think there is need for meme coins. And when I say need, I mean the need for excitement and fun for people. But I think that Bitcoin continuing to grow is going to continue to show the world that blockchain technology is something that we need. And as we know, XRP is not the same as Bitcoin. In fact, it's trying to do something completely different, which is integrate into the current system. Bitcoin is outside of the current system, being attacked by BlackRock or being ingested by BlackRock at the moment, but its actual idea, the thesis behind it is different to that of what XRP is, and that's how I like to have a diverse portfolio. But on that thought, if we take a look at this video posted by Levi, one of the best influencers in the XRP space, definitely go check him out if you don't. I'm sure you know him, but definitely go check him out. Let's check this video talking about how the price might move.
The price you have come to know for a lot of digital assets is about to change, okay? XRP at $2, Bitcoin at $105,000. Yeah, it's very likely based off of what Fred Krueger is going to break down in a mathematical way.
Numbers are just so big. We're going to a 7-figure Bitcoin price. And I think people in Bitcoin fail to see this. This is the math that I think is really important. You have $100 trillion of assets in TradFi, and $100 billion worth of assets that are deployed in a form that can be consumed by TradFi. 100 billion. It is 100% chance that we are going to go from 1/10 to 1% to 1%. And we'll probably go from 1% to 5% ultimately. Yeah. That means that Bitcoin price is going to go up 40x, which is to say about $2 million per Bitcoin.
So with that, you can see It's a very bullish case for Bitcoin at the moment. Of course, no guarantees. We don't know what will happen. But I believe that if Bitcoin continues to move upwards, right now above $100,000 is incredible. This will keep the rest of the actual worthy utility altcoins continuing to rise. XRP is the third largest crypto in the space right now. And there is no guarantees that this continues to go higher. But right now, $2.17. And I'm seeing so many people be like, XRP does absolutely nothing. It's a waste of time. It's just crap, which is wild, right? Because just 6 months ago, we were down at 50 cents. And now we are at 300% move. Yes, Bitcoin has done significantly better than that, all right? In fact, Bitcoin from its lows, which is similar to XRP's 50 cent, is actually up 540%. But it's really not that much more, guys. XRP up 300%, Bitcoin up 500%. Also, when XRP started to rise was about November 24, and in that time, Bitcoin is actually only up 7%. So in the same period of time that Bitcoin is up 7%, XRP is up 300%. This is something that we need to understand. We need to be patient in this market. Again, if you expect XRP to be worth, let's say, $10 in this bull run, why does it matter if it's moving between $2.60 and $2.20? And people say, well, all it does is nothing at all. And I would argue that as a trader myself and a longer term investor, these pullbacks are opportunities in the crypto that we believe in. That might be XRP, it might not be. I believe more in Bitcoin than I believe in XRP. If that hurts your feelings, I don't care, don't watch the channel. I'm in XRP to make significant amounts of money. I've already made significant amounts of money in XRP, which is why it blows my mind that people say nothing happened, considering we went up 600% from the lows, even more than that. Look at this, from the lows 6 months ago to the highs, we went up 600%, guys. And I told you I was taking profits. People hated me for that. People called me an idiot. But what did that do? It gave me liquidity. It gave me money to open the rest of these trades right here. By the way, guys, if you do want to trade, BitUnex is partnered here on the channel, up to $8,000 of newbie benefits. An absolutely brilliant exchange if you want access anywhere in the world. No KYC, no VPN. You don't want any of these problems. You can trade on BitUnex from anywhere right now. Please, of course, read the user agreement. But if you want a new exchange, right, that I personally use myself and to add to your arsenal of exchanges, then I think BitUnex is a great option. A lot of people I know have tried out BitUnex and they think it's the best exchange, non-KYC exchange that's out there right now. Of course, all exchanges have risk, so make sure you research it. But I myself am trading on BitUnex at the moment, as well as some others, and I think it might be awesome for you guys to check that out. But like I said, I have all of these trades open. And what did we do when XRP pulled back? Well, we hit one of our stop losses, which is fine. We did take a small hit on that. In fact, it was just a little more, less than break even. But then we just added to the position lower. So we averaged down. Our average open price is now $2.12. So we managed to add right there at the bottom. And now hopefully we can start to move up. And in fact, right now on a technical level, we are holding the previous support, which could keep our uptrend intact. But my thoughts here are, guys, we need to chill out, we need to relax, and we need to understand that these things take time. If you're stressed about XRP, it means one or two things. One, one of a few things. One, you don't actually care. You're not in XRP for the utility. You don't believe in it. That's fine. If you're only in it for the trading and only in it for the money, which is marginally why I'm in it, right? Which is a lot of the reason why I'm in it. That's fine. But then you can't be in your feelings and in your emotions when we have pullbacks. You need to be aggressively taking profits when the market moves up. And then if you see fit, adding when the market moves down, or whatever your strategy is. No need for emotion. Number two, you believe that XRP is actually going to be the new world order or take over Swift or whatever, go to $10,000 a coin. I don't believe that. But if you believe that, which is fine, I'll always hold a moon bag of XRP. So if it does that and I'm completely wrong, I'll still make millions, right? Absolutely millions from it. So perfectly fine. But in the short term, I'd rather just trade it and actually generate cash flow right now. But if you believe that, again, it doesn't matter if it went from $2.66 to $2.14. Who cares? We can dollar cost average. And what can we do when we dollar cost average? We use our income, what's left at the end of the month from our income that we don't need, we dollar cost average into the market. It's so simple. And people say, well, I've run out of money. Well, you shouldn't be investing into any market that's this volatile if you don't have extra income to go into the market. Please stay safe out there, guys. I always say this on the main channel. You need 3 things sorted. You need 1, an emergency fund, 3 months to 1 year of a fund. So if you lose your job, you stay safe no matter what. 2, you need to get rid of bad debt. Get rid of bad debt, right? You don't need it. When I say bad debt, I mean credit debt. That's charging you, what, 10, 30, 50%. Get rid of that, because that's a direct 10, 20, 50% return, right? If you get rid of it. So get rid of that. And then number 3, you need to have some assets that are secure, right? That you believe in for the long term, and you slowly dollar cost average into them. I'm sure I've forgotten one, but that's what I'm generally talking about here. And if you're worried that you have nothing left to invest, guys, you've probably put too much money in already and you can't DCA. So that's something you should consider. That's something that I do. I can't tell you guys what to do. This isn't financial advice, just how I see the market. I invest my leftover income every single month into the assets that I believe in, so it doesn't run out. If I don't have income, I shouldn't be using that extra income to gamble in the market. All right, that's how I think. Anyway, with that said, I think XRP's price is going to shock the market, because most people who aren't in the categories that I've said about a long-term investor or a trader, right? No, neither of those people, a real trader and a real long-term investor, is not worried in this market. XRP could go back down to 50 cents. A long-term investor will be great, because now my residual income at the end of the month, I get 5 times more XRP than I get before, and I'm still got a 10-year time horizon. And then the trader is actually like, oh my God, the price has gone down. I can short XRP, I can long XRP on the bounce. I get so much volatility. This is where the opportunity lies. So if you're outside of that camp and you're emotional and you're stressed, take a minute, add the 3 steps, and then go from there. There are loads of opportunity in this market, and the price is going to shock everyone, because it may just go back down to 50 cents. That's a possibility. But if it doesn't, and it does break highs, everyone who has been complaining right now will be left on the sidelines. And if it goes down to 0, everyone who was left on the sidelines won't buy again because they think it's dead. And then guess what, guys? It will probably do exactly what it did right here again in the future. So that's my thought process on that right now. If you guys do want to trade, whether short or long on XRP, you can do so over on BitUnex. Great opportunity, new exchange, add it to your arsenal. Do your research. Of course, read the user agreement so you understand what you're getting involved in. But like I said, I like to trade on multiple exchanges. If anything happens on one, I can jump straight to the other, especially if I have these USDT benefits, right, that I can use to trade. And right now, if XRP bounces, we could literally use these exchanges' money to make the best of that move. So if you want to, the links are in the description, guys. And hopefully, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.